What's going on YouTube? So of course, one of the biggest new vehicles that's coming to the US market is the Hyundai Santa Fe. I say one of the biggest because of just the tremendous amount of interest it has gotten on our channel. So we wanted to keep you guys in the know and up to date because we're here at the Los Angeles Auto Show and Hyundai has unveiled the North American specific version of the Santa Fe. Previously, what we showed you guys was the international version. So now we have new details to share with you guys about what we're getting in North America. We also have some specific details to share with you, the newly unveiled XRT trim level. So let's go ahead and take a detailed first look at this model. Now, how can we start anyplace else except the exterior design? Because this model is such a radical departure from the previous generation. We have gone full boxy and full kind of Defender-esque design, and it is really, really popping here in person. So taking a look up here at the front, of course, you've got the squared off fascia. You're gonna have a top portion here and a squared off lower portion. And then you have the very distinct element of a light bar that's going to go all the way across the front grille and into these H-shaped daytime running lights, which are very, very distinct looking. Now, what you're looking at right now is a calligraphy model. This is going to be the top spec trim level with the most luxurious details in terms of your finishes up here in the front. But I also want to talk a little bit about that XRT model, which was just unveiled. So XRT is kind of the more off-road focused version in the Hyundai lineup, and in this case, the Santa Fe is going to be 1.5 inches taller in terms of your overall ground clearance when you choose the XRT trim level. Furthermore, that model will have a unique grille with dark chrome accents, as well as some special wheels with all-terrain tires.
Here is the Hyundai Santa Fe XRT. This is the official North American spec. And as you can see up there in the front, we do have a completely different grille texture for the XRT, although we are keeping the same HLED headlights. So overall, a really cool look. You can also really notice that additional ground clearance as well, because this vehicle sits up quite a bit higher than the other versions of the Santa Fe, like the calligraphy model. Now you're also noticing that we have completely new wheel designs for the XRT, as well as matte wheel surrounds, which is something that's different from the calligraphy model.
And speaking of tires, let's take a look over here at the wheel choice for the calligraphy model. We have a matte black finish for a multi-spoke wheel, and it looks fantastic. I love the way this looks overall, especially with our gloss black accents, which go around these very squared off wheel arches. We do have Santa Fe badging right there, and then as we come to our mirrors, these are going to be loaded up with all the features you expect on a top spec Hyundai Santa Fe, including blind spot monitoring.
Now, as far as this overall vehicle length for the all-new Santa Fe, we're looking at a little over 190 inches, which is up 1.7 inches over the previous generation. And of course, here at the side, just so much boxy design elements are going on here. I really absolutely love the way this looks. And there's a few cool goodies that I want to show you here as well. So you might notice this piece right here. You might just think it's for design. Well, actually, it's not. Hyundai said they wanted to maximize the functionality of this new Santa Fe, so you can actually stick your hand in here and easily get up here for access on the roof rail. So very cool elements like that are going to be on this all-new Santa Fe. Now let's go ahead and check out the rear design of this model. This is where it gets very wild in terms of the overall look. I think it kind of meshes Land Rover with the G-Wagon, especially when we look at the way the taillights look and some of these other design elements. Now, one of the really nice things about it is we have a hidden rear wiper. We also have blacked out Hyundai branding, blacked out Santa Fe branding, and of course, we haven't mentioned this yet, but we have a matte paint color on this calligraphy version of the Santa Fe, which is certainly unique for a kind of regular SUV. Now, as far as our taillights are concerned, they're going to be mounted low down here. They're going to be full LED and once again have that H shape that we've seen before. Your turn signal is going to be integrated into the lower bumper area. And as far as your tow rating, it's coming in at 4,500 pounds. And as far as your safety systems are concerned, Hyundai is giving you the entire gamut of safety features as standard equipment. You do also have Highway Drive Assist 2.0, which is certainly a nice benefit for this new version. Additionally, they're going to have a Hyundai First driver health monitoring system, as well as the smart parking system. But honestly, guys, there is a lot of cool stuff on the inside that we can't wait to show you about what's new for the North American market. But first,
if you're new here, we're brothers, and we've been reviewing cars since we were 12
and 16. We may be young, but we love cars.
And we'd love for you to subscribe to be a part of our Car Confections family. Let's learn a lot, have some fun with all the latest cars.
All right, let's hop on the inside. Of course, we do have a smart entry system. And when we open up the interior, this is honestly almost as interesting as the exterior because we have such a cool design, very boxy look to this as well. And let's kind of go through some of the features that you're going to see with this North American spec model. So I'm very happy to report that one of the premium things we were debating, would it be available when it goes on sale in the US, was the relaxation seat and the massaging seat. And on the calligraphy, both of those are present. So this relaxation seat, I'm not going to demonstrate it right now, but what it does is fully recline. You even have a extension here that'll pop out and support your legs, allowing you to go all the way back. This is something like we've seen on the Ioniq models. But let's go ahead and hop inside. Now that we're fully inside here, it's a little bit quieter, I can think. But in terms of the overall luxury of the calligraphy, that is obviously going to be a big, big thing for this model. This is a black interior, as you can see, but that doesn't mean that it is any less luxurious, of course, because we do have leather over all these surfaces. We have leather along the top. We have a black trim running through the center, and they actually blacked out the door handle as well. As we move to the upper part of the dashboard, you're going to notice that we have a full leather covering through there, leather through the center section, a darkened aluminum that runs through there, and overall, even this console here is going to be padded, so every material in here feels luxurious and very well put together. That's in addition to the overall design really looking a lot like a Land Rover, if you ask me. One of those main things is going to be the steering wheel. We saw a different example earlier in the year. It did have the two-tone finish, so that will be available, but this one's going to be the full black. And again, you're going to notice the updated logo for the Hyundai brand, which is going to be H in Morse code, so I don't even put the H on the steering wheel anymore. Now, we're at the auto show, like I already mentioned. That does mean that the electronics and stuff are going to be dead. Just because of so many people being in and out of this model, but you can clearly see that the dual 12.3-inch display setup will be here in the North American market. We also have the fingerprint reader on at least this calligraphy trim level. The steering wheel itself, I can't believe I'm saying this, is power tilt and telescoping. That's usually something reserved for a luxury SUV exclusively, and of course it is heated as well. Now, interior storage-wise, this might not be as big as a Palisade, but the storage is really rivaling a Palisade up here in the front. So if I open up this console, this is quite large. We also have our two very large cup holders. You're probably noticing we have two wireless phone charging pads. That's a Hyundai First in North America, having the dual wireless phone charging pads. Down below, we also have a bunch of storage running through here as well, because the shifter is located up here on the column. So they're bringing this from some of their electric products now to the traditional gas-powered models as well, so that it frees up a lot of space over here on the console. Now, as we kind of move into the center section here, we are going to have climate controls. Again, this gives me a very strong Land Rover vibe going on with these knobs and the way this kind of screen tilts up. You've got your drive modes and some various functions through there. Of course, you have things like a 360 camera as well. And in terms of our audio system, we are going to have a Bose sound system offered on this top spec model. I already told you this is a 12.3-inch display, but I didn't tell you much about it. We can now confirm to you that this will have the new Hyundai infotainment system, and it will have wireless Android Auto and wireless Apple CarPlay on all models. So that is something I know a lot of you guys have been concerned about. We're Hyundai owners as well. We were concerned about it. They're finally starting to bring that through their lineup, and Santa Fe is going to be one of the very first products that offer that. Finally, as we wrap up the front of the cabin, we have a auto-dimming mirror with the smart function. It is going to be a very premium Alcantara headliner up here for the calligraphy model. And we've got a dual panel panoramic sunroof. So the front section here is going to be a traditional panel. This one opens up. That one right there won't open up, but it does have a power sunshade.
And let's go ahead and check out the rear seat and see what North American details we can provide here. Now, I do want to just go ahead and say that we don't have official legroom specs or anything like that for the Santa Fe just yet. Do stay tuned to the channel because we will be getting additional details later on. But as far as the space is concerned, I'm 5'9", and this seat is adjusted to Drew's driving position, and we're sitting at a good amount of space. My feet can also slide up underneath the seat, so certainly a very comfortable rear area. We're also going to have captain's chairs on this calligraphy model. Very nice captain's chair setup that's very comfortable. Additionally, we also have the kind of airplane style headrest that kind of curve around and make sure our head is very comfy. Now, as far as other things I want to talk about, here in the center, we do have this button right here. That's actually to open up the center console from the back. So a very cool feature. You can actually open it from the front and back. If we drop down below that, we have a storage cubby so your kids can put their booger collection down below there. We also have little hooks here on the rear seat area to hang coats and jackets, and we also have some more of that kind of squared off design elements going through here, plus USB ports. Now, the thing I really want to talk about that's confirmed for the US market is you see that button right there. We have buttons to power adjust the second row seats. That is something that we did see on the international version, but I honestly thought for sure this Santa Fe was not going to have a power adjusting second row, because that's a very bougie feature that really you only see on top level luxury cars like the BMW X7. So certainly very happy to see that. We also have rear window sunshades and heated rear seats on the Santa Fe model, but no ventilated rear seats. And as far as the third row is concerned for this Santa Fe, yes, we do have a third row, which is of course a big deal for this model because previously the Santa Fe did not have a third row. And I'm happy to say, honestly, this is a good sized third row. I'm 5'9", like I mentioned earlier, and I honestly have enough space to be relatively comfortable. Now, is it as good as like a Suburban? No, but it's a good amount of space overall. We do also have rear vents. That's confirmed for the US market, and we also have our own fan speed adjustment here in the third row. So those are all confirmed features for this US spec. Now, as far as the space is concerned, I would love to show you what the cargo area looks like, although as you can see throughout the interior, the electronics are not working on this model. There's been too many people in and out of it all day long, so we can't open the power tailgate. I do believe actually Hyundai said that a standard hands-free power tailgate is on all trim levels of this model. Additionally, we are going to have increased cargo capacity, and this is the widest opening tailgate in the class according to Hyundai. So there's a lot of cool stuff going on when it comes to the cargo area. If you want to know a lot about the cargo area and space, we have actually checked that out in our previous reviews of the Santa Fe, so feel free to go watch that content if you want to know more.
Let's talk about what's under the hood of this new Santa Fe. So one of the things that Hyundai did tell us officially now is what engines will be available in the US market versus what you have choice-wise in other markets. So we're gonna have 2 out of the 4 engine choices overall in the US. So what we will have the choice between is now a 2.5 liter turbocharged 4-cylinder engine that's going to become the standard engine for 2024. It was previously an upgrade on the last generation. That's going to produce the same amount of power as it did previously and be paired with an 8-speed dual clutch automatic transmission. Now, you will also have the availability of a hybrid. That's going to be a 1.6 liter turbocharged engine. Again, just the same system as the previous generation in terms of overall power production. You just won't have access to the 2.5 standard naturally aspirated engine or the plug-in hybrid anymore in the US.
And lastly, I'm sure you are very curious as to how much this Santa Fe is going to cost. I'm very curious myself too, but Hyundai has not quite released those details just yet. So we don't have the official North American pricing for this model. However, I would expect quite a bit of a price increase on the base end because we do have that new 2.5 liter turbo engine as the standard engine option, which Drew mentioned earlier was previously an upgrade. So I'm assuming the base price will rise quite a bit. And I'm also thinking on the top end it will increase as well, just due to the level of luxury that we're seeing inside of the cabin. So I'd say overall, it will cost around $50,000 for a fully loaded model, but that's just going to be a Car Confections estimate, not official pricing from Hyundai. Now, you're probably also curious as to when you might be able to get this Santa Fe. Hyundai says the production will begin for the gas models in March of 2024, so you won't have to wait too much longer, only a few more months for this Santa Fe. But guys, we really hope you enjoyed watching this video and found it helpful in your purchasing decisions. If you're looking to buy a Hyundai Santa Fe or any new vehicle, we do want to remind you to go to carconfections.com/newcarquotes. Now, on our website, we have a tool that will connect you with local dealers in your area to get you the best price on your new vehicle. Additionally, it's going to give you access to invoice pricing information, which is a great tool for dealer negotiation. A link is provided in our video description. And we do also want to thank you if you're a subscriber and a part of our Car Confections family. We really do appreciate all the support because you do make this all possible. And if you're not a part of our family, please hit that subscribe button down below to join in. We'll catch you next time as we sample more of the latest automotive delicacies.